Hi everyone, my name is Monk and welcome to my Magden build for update 25, which is Hero Storm DLC. Now this build has been optimized for no CP, PvP, battlegrounds, and it also works quite well for duels. But before I get into details of explaining the build itself, I would like to say at this moment that if you do like the build and it helps you in any way, please support my channel by leaving a like or comment below, and hitting that subscribe button will really help me a lot. I'm new to YouTube community and your support is really what I would appreciate. Now with that out of the way, let's get back to the build itself. I spent a lot of time playing Magden, and in my experience there is no one definitive way to play this class, especially in PvP. But if I have to rank this class in terms of fun to play, it will be definitely on the top. After a lot of tinkering with various gear, combination and skills, the build that I present to you here in my opinion is very balanced in almost every scenario when it comes to sustain, defense and damage. The challenge for me in this build was to find a combination of these three so that none is ignored but works well together with each other. So without any more delay, let's look at the stats. We are playing a Nord Magden, and yes, in my opinion, Nord is an excellent choice considering not only for extra health and stamina that we get from the passive, but most importantly almost 4000 resistance to both physical and spell. And on top of that, the ultigen it provides is just too good to pass. This gives us freedom to be creative in so many other departments. When fully buffed, we have about 25,000 health, 30,000 magicka with 2.2k recovery, and about 16,000 stam with 940 stam recovery. Overall decent stats for any build. However, feel free to customize them to your liking with a few changes of glyph here and there. We have about 2.2k spell damage, which goes up to 2.8k when our backbar enchantment procs, and when combined with about 8,200 spell penetration, it's a lot of outgoing damage for mag builds. We are using Attribution Stone for extra recovery, however feel free to try Apprentice for extra spell damage or Lover for extra penetration. Both comes at a cost of sustain, but if you can manage with it, then it will be a further boost to be even more offensive. We are also Vampire, and that is simply for the extra recovery and most importantly for the undeath passive. When low on health combined with minor and major protection, we are not that easy to go down. For the food I am using spring loaded infusion, which combines really well with our gear, and for pots we are using basic tripods and sometimes detection pots to deal with the night blades. Now to the gear. It's a no-brainer that we are using Bloodspawn as our monster set. Combined with Ultigen of Nord, there is no better monster set that fits a Magden. On body we are using 5-piece spinner. In terms of offensive as well as resource stats, this is a very balanced set, and in no CP where you cannot boost your penetration or other damage modifiers through champion points, this set truly shines above others. Now for the last set, it was not an easy choice, but after trying a few combinations, Bright Throat Boast came out ahead of others in terms of sustain it provides for the build, and with the food that we are using, we end up not only with a lot of extra mag and recovery, but also 4000 extra stamina, which often makes a huge difference, especially in BGs and duels. On main bar, we are using Nunhorn Inferno Staff with Frost Enchant, as this applies the minor maim debuff for 15% damage reduction from our opponents, and back bar is an infused restoration staff with weapon damage glyph. Now I know that Bright Throat Boast could be expensive to get, but considering this can be and will be used in so many other builds, it's worth the investment. So with the sets out of the way, let's look at the skills. Main bar, we are using Arctic Blast, our main stun, burst heal and some damage. Fetcher Infection, a decent dodge which also increases our damage by 8% to the target. Deep Fissure to debuff the enemies and our main burst damage. And for our spammable, we are using Crushing Shock. I prefer this skill over burst for two reasons. One, it ignores 10% of enemy spell resistances, and second, it gives us about 3600 magicka back on the kills with this skill. And honestly, bursts have been useless since they were made dodgeable. Then we have Crystal Shield, an amazing defense and offensive skill, and it truly shines when we are dealing with ranged opponents, especially those Botars spamming lethal arrows from she knows what corner of Cyrodiil. For our ultimate, we are using Northern Storm with decent damage, but most importantly for major protection and 15% extra mag. The other alternative to this for more burst damage would be Ice Comet, but in my opinion Northern Storm is much better option as the major protection not only applies to you but your allies as well. Now on the back bar we have Race Against Time, Rapid Regen, Shield, our major resistance buff with Ice Fortress as well as for minor protection, and Blue Betty for sustain and free purge on demand. For the ultimate we are using Life Giver, works wonderful in tight scenarios when combined with Race Against Time and a couple of roll dodge, we get right back into the fight fit as a fiddle. Since I don't play CP PvP, unfortunately I cannot recommend how to set up those, but I'll post mine in notes below. However, do make sure to adjust yours to your gameplay. And with this I'll leave you with a clip of my gameplay to showcase how the build performs in different scenarios. Make sure to spend some time when you take this build out, because at the end it's your hands which will make or break the build. So make sure to experiment, and the more you play, easier it will become to overcome most of the tricky situations. Once again, thanks for watching the video, and please make sure to leave a like or comment, and if you did enjoy or it helped you in any way, please support my channel with hitting that beautiful subscribe button. See you soon in the next video.